Welcome back, guys. Can y'all notice anything different? Oh, see, I did again. I just got a new light, and I made the mistake again of looking into it, so I can't exactly see right this way right now. So I'm guessing that's where the camera is at. But in this video, we're gonna go over the summer transition lures, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first off I want to go over the fact that I'm moving back to the Sweeney and West Columbia area. So if y'all want to get together and shoot a video together or just go fishing, go ahead and hit me up. My email is texasredfishassassin@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram. I have all my links up in the cover picture of my homepage. But yeah, get with me if you want to go fishing. All right, so we all know that the bait hatch is here. It is in the bays. All the little pretty shiny shad and little bait fish are in the bays. So a lot of our lures are gonna go off the look of these bait fish. So what we want is a lot of shine, sparkle, reflection, just something that gives off a lot of come look at me kind of deal. So what I'm gonna go over is what I have in my box at this time. The sizes, the different jig heads and stuff, and yeah, let's get into it. All right, so first off, I'm gonna go over all of my soft plastics that I use this time of year and jig heads. So I use my tackle box that I showed y'all how to make the wading box. I use one as a tackle box and I use one as a wading box. I have two. So this is my tackle box. On the left side of the top box is all of my soft plastics for redfish, and on the right side is all my soft plastics for trout. And then on the very top, I have all my jig heads and stuff that we're gonna go over. So on my left side, we're gonna start my red fishing lures. So I'm throwing right now the 3-inch lures. This is a burner shad by DOAlures, the Purple Rain. This is my favorite lure by them. This is gonna be my darker lure for the redfish. And then my middle lure is gonna be the 3-inch DOA Texas Croaker, which is a really high confidence lure. I've caught a lot of redfish on this lure. It's really a good color. And then of course I have my more natural pearl 3-inch DOA. So mind you, like I said, I'm throwing all the 3-inch right now for redfish. And once the summer progresses more, we're gonna go ahead and move up to 4-inch. But right now, this is what I'm using. And then let's get to my right side for my trout. I have my Little Johns. I have the clear with chartreuse tail Little John, and then I have the plum, just the plum Little John, and then above that I have the Down South Lure 4-inch, and I'm not so worried about the size when I'm going trout fishing because they're, and like I said, they're just like animals. I mean, they're not animals, they're fish, but they're very aggressive, so they won't care. But this lure, the chartreuse flash, I use in very clear water, and the reason I do that is it's a really good contrasting color and it really gets that fish's attention. So yeah, those are gonna be the trout lures that I have going into this part of the year. And then in my very lower box, I have my confidence lures, and that would be the knocking tail. And I'll have all the links for these lures in the description, but this has been one of my highest confidence lures, and it's a 4-inch, but I can throw it year round. It has a little, like it's called a knocking tail, it has a little rattle in the tail, and a lot of fish that I have caught throughout the year, not just a certain time. Those work all through the year. So I have the white ice, and then I have the darker chicken of the sea color for when it's darker. Now let's talk about the jig heads that I use. So I use the Naughty Hooker jig heads. I like them because they really hold on to the lures, and I think they have a Gamugatsu hook, and they're super sharp and super strong and durable. So these guys, ever since I found them, I have not switched to any other hooks. These are my favorite. But anyways, I used a little 3/8 ounce Naughty Hooker jig head. I use those for when I'm sight casting, so it doesn't make a huge splash when I'm in inches of water and really scare off those fish. And then when I'm really just trying to get distance and stuff, I throw the 1/4 ounce Naughty Hooker jig head. You can see it right there. Like I said, I'll have all the links for all of the stuff that I use in the description. So those are my jig heads that I use. Now, this time of year, like I said in my last video, we're really going for the flash and stuff. So when I'm throwing these spinner baits, you can buy these just from Academy, but what they are is you can buy them just like this, or they're called the Redfish Magic, and they'll actually come with a lure and stuff, but I don't use it, and I usually just throw it away, but I just use this part, and they're only like $1. But spinner bait, and for these Naughty Hooker jig heads, you have to put a little metal circle on them. The reason you have to do that is because the way that their eyes are on the actual jig head, they're facing front instead of sideways, which actually gives a lot better look for that lure when it's going through the water. But when you come to your spinner baits, you have to put that little O-ring on there, because otherwise it won't swim straight with the spinner bait. So you go ahead and put the spinner bait on it, or oh, I put that backwards, sorry. You put the lure on the spinner bait, and you put whatever soft plastic that you have, and it just goes right through the water. And like I said, I like using that because it gives off the imitation of a school of bait fish a lot better, and it gives off a lot of vibration, and it gives off a lot of come look at me type look. So that's what I have. And then also in my jig heads, I always carry a spoon. I mean, this is a OG lure. A lot of people, this is all they throw. A lot of the older guys, this is what they throw. And then I keep a couple of chatterweights with me just in case I decided that I need a chatterweight. Alright, so now let's talk about hard baits and twitch baits. So on my bottom box of my tackle box, I have all of my top waters, my twitch baits, my corkys, mirrodines, soft dines, and so let's get into that. So we're still going small, like I said, so small with my twitch baits too. I'm using the mirrodine by mirrolure. That's a good color right there. And then this is my favorite color, mirrodine. Little just really flashy, doesn't have really color to it, but yeah. And then of course you got the blue, but and then in my softines, I have, this is considered a hot head. It's got a cross on the head, really good for trout right here. It's my one of my favorite softines. And then I have the Softine XL, which looks like this. This one's actually glow in the dark, so this guy's pretty good. I always have Fat Boy corkys with me, and these are the ones that are in my box right now. I have this more of a mullet type color look to it, Fat Boy. I have the pink Fat Boy, and then I have the more neutral color, the I think it's called Gringo Fat Boy. I don't remember what it's called, Gringo or something like that. Anyways, and then of course I have the floater in red shad Fat Boy. This lure I caught a lot of fish with. And then my top waters, I've got the small skitterwalks, not the big ones yet, but the small ones. And I've got this color skitterwalk. It's a pretty good color right there, little skitterwalk. And then I've got the pink skitterwalk. For whatever reason, I have a lot of confidence in. Why is it not focusing? I have a lot of confidence in pink. Yeah, so got the pink skitterwalk. And then of course my Spook Juniors, I've got this gold and red head Spook Junior topwater, and then the hot head type looking topwater. And these are the Spook Juniors because we're still going small, like I said. And then of course I have my one knockers and my bigger skitterwalks, but I'm not going to really advertise those right now because they're a lot larger. But yeah, those are what I got for the twitch baits and hard baits in my tackle box. Alright, here's a little extra. I'm going to show you all the basic setups I have right now going into the summer. So right here I have the Lews Hack Attack bait casting reel with, this is my sight casting setup by the way, and I usually use these little bugs lures for sight casting. They're very good lures. Probably one of my top confidence lures for sight casting. So and I have this on a cut down to a 6'4". It's on a, I just picked up this rod from Walmart. It's a heavy, it's a medium heavy it's a really stiff rod, and the reason I use this is because when you're usually in super shallow water sight casting, there will be other redfish in the same area, so you don't want your redfish to be going around all over the place. So I really horse them in with this reel. It gives me a lot of backbone, a lot of support. Now I get into my regular red fishing setup. This is a Castaway Pro Sport medium with moderate moderate tip. It is really a really good red fishing setup, and I have it with the right now with the spinnerbait and the Texas Croaker DOA with a lews inshore. And this is a really good reel. I mean, it's not super cheap. It's like $129, but it's a really good reel, really durable, and it feels really good in your hand. So that is my regular red fishing setup, and then here's my trout fishing setup. I have the Waterloo Phantom rod, and this is a super light rod. Probably one of my more expensive rods, but I have it paired up with a Lews Super Duty, and right now I just have the Little John by Mirrolure. This is my trout setup. It is a light rod. Let me see. It is a medium rod, moderate fast tip. So it's super flexing. It has a super flex at the tip, but it's still a really good touchy trout rod. This is what you're gonna want around trout. All right, so here's my bonus setup. Going into the summer, the jetties are really gonna start heating up. You're gonna get a lot of fish traffic through them, a lot of different type of fish. You're gonna have sharks, jack crevalle, bull reds, just a lot bigger fish going in and out of the jetties. But I have a setup here for my jetties, and it is a DOA 300 HS Win. It's a super heavy duty reel. It's got a ton of drag on it. It's just a workhorse, and I have it paired up with a heavy American Rodsmith's rod. And yeah, this will take care of anything. I mean, I have 65-pound braid on it, so it's a stout and big workhorse rod and reel. Alright, so that's going to conclude it for this video. That is my setups and lures I got going into the summer. Like I said, if you want to get together to go fishing or anything, just email me. I have all my stuff in the cover photo on my homepage, my YouTube. Go ahead and drop a like and a comment for me. It helps out my channel, and we'll see you next time. Peace.